my darlings. Today I'm going to be doing the twins 3-month update as well as kind of an update on my postpartum. I'm so sorry that I've been gone for so long. I'll definitely get into that a little bit later as to why I've kind of been gone. I just want to jump into their 3-month update right now. So if that's all you're here for, that way you can just go through that and then I can just ramble on after that. The twins turned 3 months old last week. They had a doctor's appointment yesterday and they each got 3 shots. There were a couple concerns that I went to the doctor for also. Knox has a hernia on his belly button and the doctor told me that it'll just kind of fix itself within a year. Not to worry about that. We're just gonna watch it and make sure it doesn't get irritated or hurt him. And right now the twins both weigh 12 pounds. Knox is 10 ounces heavier than Kennedy, so he's 12 pounds 12 ounces and Kennedy is 12 pounds and 2 ounces. I'll do Knox's update first. Knox is kind of, as far as development goes, Knox is developing a little bit faster than Kennedy, but not by much. Usually he'll start to do something and then Kennedy will do it about a week later. So he started like the cooing and smiling, all of that, like a week before she did, and then eventually she started doing it too. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you can hear him talking right now. He's doing his little baby cues. So the one thing that he's doing right now that she's not really showing any interest in is rolling over. He rolls over in bed, in the crib, on soft surfaces he can roll over. On the ground he's still trying to figure it out because it is harder for him to roll over. They both do tummy time. I do it with them because they both have flat parts in their head. Kennedy has a flat part in the back of her head and Knox has flat parts on both sides of his head in the back, so he doesn't really lay flat on his head. He'll either lay on one side because he can't really lay flat on his head because it's like oddly coned right there. So I'm trying to get that all worked out for him, which is kind of the reason why he is rolling over a little bit more, because his neck is twisted and then his body kind of follows it, and Kennedy just lays flat on her head and her head is flat on the back, so that's why she's not really rolling her head much. But I am trying to get their heads rounded out a little bit more. You don't want that flatness in babies' heads. They're both being breastfed right now, and they are also being supplemented with formula every once in a while. I'm trying not to give them that much formula, and not because I'm against it or anything. My goal for these two is to breastfeed a full year. I had those goals with my other 2 kids, but with Colt I only breastfed 6 months, and with Lennon I only did 3. I wanted to do a year with everybody, but just things happened and it just kind of fell through. And what I've noticed, if I have formula more accessible to me, then I tend to use it a little bit more and I get a little lazy. Again, not that formula feeding is bad, because my other 2 were formula fed obviously after I stopped breastfeeding, so I'm not against it at all. It's just for my personal goal, I want to do a year. I'm trying not to give them as much formula unless I'm gone, or unless it's just not working out and I'm not producing, then I will give them a bottle of formula. So I'm so sorry about this lighting. This lighting is a little weird because I'm sitting kind of in front of my window, but it's off to the side, so it's kind of overexposing. Here is Knox. Can you say hello? Can you say hello? Kennedy's crying. She needs to eat next. But here's Knox. His face is all scratched up from his nails. I try and so hard to keep them short, but they just grow so fast, their nails. He's losing his hair. He's losing his hair like Lennon did, who's right here. She kind of started off with a good amount of hair, and then she kind of just lost it all as time went on, and so she has really thin hair. And I thought he would have thick hair because it started off thicker, but I think his is gonna end up ultimately doing the exposure. I think he's gonna end up doing ultimately what Lennon's did, and he'll probably just have thin hair. So here is Kennedy. Oh, I'm gonna feed her after I do her little face. Hi! She's gotten so chunky and just has filled out really nice, which I'm really glad she has, because she was a lot smaller than, oh, she just farted. She was a lot smaller than Knox was when she was born, and so now she's not too far behind him, so now she's nice and big and healthy. So here she is, and I don't know if you can tell, she has her little flat head, and it's overexposed again. There's her little flat head, and it kind of looks like she has a little bit of red in her hair. Lennon is the same way. It looks like she has a little bit of red in her hair too. Colt's is just super dark brown and curly. My hair is super dark brown, but it does have a lot of red undertones to it, so I'm thinking that's where they're getting their red from, because Cody has brown hair, but it's light brown, but it doesn't necessarily have red in it. I'm thinking that red is coming from me. Not sure if that's accurate or not though. For some reason, like, she doesn't look like my sister a lot, but I don't know, something about her reminds me of my sister, and I don't know why. I don't know. She doesn't look anything like my sister, but she just reminds me of my sister so much. Her middle name is Jasmine, and that's not the only thing, but I don't know.
He pooped in the playroom.
Lennon, did you poop?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. So a lot of people like to ask me if they're if they're super similar because they're twins, or if they're really different, and I can't really tell yet. I think they're just barely starting to kind of develop their own personalities right now. I think it is going to take a couple more months before I really see who they are. But one big difference that I do notice is that Knox loves to like interact with people and like smile and like be like active, and Kennedy just really likes to like sit back and observe. She's really content when somebody just holding her like outwards towards people so she can just like watch. She's a people watcher, which is super cute. So that is definitely how they are. I can see like a difference between them. What else? Knox loves being cuddled and like squished and hugged, and like she does not like to be cuddled by me. She like is like super tense when I hold her, and her knees are curled up to her chest, and she's just like that. She like doesn't relax and like to be cuddled by me. That's more so Knox. They are starting to sleep through the night a little bit longer now. They only wake up, if one of them does wake up, they wake up early in the morning, like around between like 3 and 5, and then go back to sleep until I wake up. So now I'm just gonna do kind of my postpartum update. It's going to be super quick because I really don't want to go on and on about it. It's because I feel like I already have enough. Part of the reason why I haven't been filming videos is because a couple weeks ago I started to really feel the full effects of my postpartum anxiety. It just got really bad, and so for a couple weeks I just wasn't doing anything. When I get into those kind of moments of being just overwhelmed with anxiety, it gets to a point where there's just like so much going on in my head. It feels like just like the gears are just turning and turning and turning, and I can't focus on anything. When that happens, I can feed the babies, I can take care of those two, I can kind of feed myself, and like that's the maximum amount of work that I can do. Anything above that, like just thinking about it, just makes it worse. It just makes my anxiety so much worse. I don't know, it just gets a little overwhelming for me to do, and I just can't, just like thinking about doing anything else just makes me even more anxious, and I just get these feelings of being super panicky and like I can't breathe. Like there's like a lot of pressure on my chest and kind of like I'm drowning. I just can't really focus on anything else, but I've kind of explained those feelings before. This time I'm gonna definitely be getting help. I've called my doctor to make an appointment to talk about postpartum depression, but it's not so much depression as like anxiety, and so I'm gonna find out how I'm gonna tackle this and hopefully get better, because this time it's a little worse than last time. So yeah, so I'm gonna be getting help, which is nice. I really don't want to go into it any more than that because I felt like I've talked about this Kenny's hungry again, so I'm just going to talk over her crying really quick, and then I'm going to go feed her. So I'm not going to keep talking about this because I felt like I've already talked about this enough, and I don't want to keep bringing up this subject. Even though I do like bringing up the subject, I feel like I just bring it up way too much. Once I kind of get treatment, then I'll do another longer video about all of that. But other than that, health-wise, I'm doing really well. Nope, I lied. I'm not doing really well. Health-wise, we actually all got really sick this last week. All of last week, I was super tired, and I could not, no matter how much I slept, could not shake the feeling of being super tired. It was actually me getting sick. I got really sick over the weekend. Everybody was sick, including Cody, and he like never gets sick. And so we were all super sick, but for some reason whatever I had hit me so hard. It was so bad. I could barely get out of bed. I was sleeping a lot, and I was up trying to feed the babies, but I was mostly trying to feed them in bed because I was in so much pain, plus I pulled a back muscle, so I'm still kind of a little sick, but I don't sound as sick as I did a couple days ago, and so that's why I decided to film today, and I'm feeling a lot better. As far as like especially anxiety goes, it kind of comes and goes in waves, which is kind of why I put off calling the doctor a lot, because I'll like come out of it and be like, oh, I'm fine, I don't need to call the doctor anymore, and then like a week later it'll just be I'm back at it and just like not doing well. And then when I'm in the moments of not feeling well, like I don't want to call the doctor because I feel like that's me being weak, which is just like so stupid. I know. I called the doctor and I made an appointment, and I'm gonna get that all worked out. Anyways, I think that's pretty much everything for our updates, and I'm just gonna start getting into filming again. I want to try and get a routine set up with my filming to make it a little bit easier, because I don't really have a routine with filming. My goal is usually just to post 2 videos a week. I really never have set days to post videos. It's just 2 videos a week whenever I can. I wanted to kind of try and stick to a schedule, but we'll see how that goes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys. Bye. Bye.